What's going on, guys? We're gonna just jump right into the video. I'm doing some live technical analysis on some of the stocks that I like to trade. Maybe you guys trade these stocks as well. We're going to be looking at Nvidia currently flat on the day, right? Day hasn't been all that exciting. Unless you really caught something right off the open within that first hour to hour and a half, the market's pretty much been trending sideways throughout the rest of the day. What we're looking at here is high of day, current high of day of 215.73. That is your green line. We've got the current day's low, which was actually that opening 5-minute candle sitting at around 207.85. We've got our pre-market lows where we opened up pre-market at 206, and we've got our pre-market highs at 209. So the area to kind of have play today, if you were doing your technical analysis, was taking the pre-market break, and then we got that first 5-minute candle that kind of really just rocket shooted off the top. We did have a little bit of a pullback all the way back into the 20 SMA, but I would hope that if anyone got in at 209, you guys were taking profits at 210, 211, 212, 213, 214. I mean, this thing absolutely ran up, 4.5, 5 points. So definitely when you make that much money that quickly off the open, you're going to want to take profits, right? You're not just going to assume that the stock is going to continue to go higher and higher and higher and higher, even though that later in the day around 9 a.m., around that hours, we did have a new high at 215.73, which is what I have marked out here as our top level of supply. But the only other play that you could have actually taken was, the bounce off of the rising support here. So we had rising support off the 20 SMA. You can see here after we put in this initial high of 214, we pulled right back into the 20 SMA, traded sideways, and really kind of hugged this for about an hour here as we just kind of slowly grinded all the way back up to 215. The way you play these bounces is that you let it come down into the moving average. You either let it test it or break it, and then once we get another confirmation candle that gets back over, you would look for the engulfing candle over the previous small body candle. So what you would be looking for is 210.80. that would be your entry price. Even if you were late and kind of got in over this candle here, you're looking at a price of around 211 within 5 minutes, went all the way up to 212. So that's a dollar move for all of you scalpers here. Then we immediately pulled right back into the moving average. Now a lot of newer traders are going to get very, very skeptical, and the emotions are going to start to run high when you really kind of break out off the bounce spot and then immediately pull back. That's a little frustrating, right? But just understand that as long as we do not close below the moving average here, we can just continue to hold this. Now if we were to close below the moving average, we have to get out of the trade. That's just technical analysis, and that's just the risk that you have to manage. So we pull right back into the 20 SMA here, push off again, put in a new high, pull right back into the 20 SMA here, push off, and then finally pull back and then push for the final time of the day here. Now the other trade that you could have kind of taken was once we started to break down here and lost the 20 SMA once, reclaimed it, and then lost it again, you could have used a high of 214.19 as your stop and then got short, right? So take it as here's our first high, here's our second high, here's our drop. Once we bounced this third time and never put in a new high, this is what you take as your stop loss here at 214.5, and then you kind of ride this down. Again, very, very tricky, hard to manage because the emotions, you don't really know where to sell. But one of the areas that you would trying to be targeting would be the 209.18, right? So we never got there. We only made it to 210.50 here. So again, like I said, this is a very tough area. You're going to have to kind of manage that. The only thing that kind of makes it a little easier is just experience, right? More screen time, understanding and seeing these patterns here. As we got up here to break once again within the last hour, you can see we put in a new lower high here. So now the momentum has changed from going higher, right, and riding the moving average to the top side to now breaking down below the moving average and then now getting rejected again. Here's our first lower high. Here's our second lower high. As long as we don't take out 212.41 or 214.14, this is telling you that we're coming back down. So what I would trying to be target from this spot here would be this consolidation low at 210.50, and I would trying to be targeting 209.18. I hope this supply and demand kind of helps you guys get an idea of how to play this. I wanted to kind of do these videos live intraday so you can kind of see price action in real time. I hope that will help you guys. If you guys would like to trade with myself and the team, make sure to join the Discord. If you guys want access to my courses, my strategies, my setups, coaching, mentorship, visit evolutiontraders.com, become a lifetime member, and I'll see you guys on the inside.